But before we can get to the grand fire trine, today we have a T-square. Now, a T-square is like almost like a grand trine, but a T-square is between all the same modality all the same modalities. So in this case, it's all the mutable signs have planets in them. Not all of them, but 3 of them. We have we got the moon in Sagittarius. It just went into Sag earlier today. We got the sun in Virgo. That's mutable earth. Sag is mutable fire. And we have Saturn in Pisces. That's mutable water. So what is a T-square? A T-square is when there are 3 planets involved, 2 of which are opposing each other. That'll be the Virgo sun and Saturn in Pisces. And the peak planet, which is the planet to rectify the opposition. The peak planet is squaring those 2. And we know a square is a learning opportunity. A square isn't a harmonious aspect, but it can be used in a harmonious way depending on the planets involved. So with the square with the moon, we have the sun and we have Saturn. Now, the moon and Saturn, that square is a little but it's 2 signs ruled by the same planet, Pisces and Sag. So it's not too much friction. It's not that tense, even though it's Saturn and the moon, kind of making the emotions a little bit harder. The reality of our emotions and the reason we come up with might be a little harsh to our reality, because Saturn is the reality of things and Pisces is dreams, fantasies, can be illusions, can be delusions. So when that square is hitting the moon, our emotions of Saturn, we might get hit with like a learning curve when we come up with that meaning behind why we feel a way about our vision, because it's fire. Sag is fire, so that's the vision. Water is connectivity, intuition. Earth is more grounding, practicality, material things. So that is what a T-square is. Now we have the sun and Saturn opposing each other. So the sun, with the sun is what we're doing. The sun is the awareness on a thing, of a thing. The sun is the external light, you feel me? So with it and being in Virgo, harvest season, the maiden, the virgin, think about virginity, think about harvest, and apply it to ego, apply it to awareness. So you could understand why Virgos can be nervous. Virgos are very analytical. They like to get into the details of a thing. They like to know all the moving parts. Mutable earth, moving parts. So with that opposing Saturn, the reality of our character, the reality of our expression is being grounded, is being hankered down by the Saturn and Pisces. And this is a dream though. So this is a dream that we're hankering down, because remember, Pisces is ruled by Neptune and Jupiter. So expansive dreams, which is why it can be illusion, delusion. You feel me? Because it's Jupiter expanding and Neptune being dream-like, and you feel me, being vibey and hippie-like. And so the sun and Saturn opposing each other, Saturn and Pisces being a harsh reality of a dream not being able to come into fruition, or bringing dreams into reality, opposing the sun, the character that we're now in this Virgo season, about to go into fall. Mutable signs, all mutable signs mark the end of a season. Keep that in mind. So with the sun being in Virgo opposing Saturn, opposition is like, it's a tight, it could be tense, it could be uncomfortable. So our character, our person, when we're analyzing, when we're looking at the pieces that we got, when we apply it to that dream, that Saturn in Pisces, and this, wherever Saturn, your Saturn is, wherever house that in, that's your energy and how you could use and mold life. Life is mutable. Life is all the elements, you feel me? So we are the mutable earth is what? The virgin, Virgo. Virgo is what? The symbol of Virgo is what? A person. We are we are that representation. So with the sun opposing our dreams, our realities, and things like that, we rectify this with our moon, our internal world. We go to that comfortable place. We get a meaning, we get a reason behind why this vision might be the right thing, why this vision might not be the right thing anymore. We have to be honest with ourselves, especially with this Saturn aspect. At all times, we got to be honest with ourselves, because we cannot move forward actually if we're not being honest. We could think we're moving forward, but we're not actually moving forward. Our mind's always thinking we going, but our true intention, our true, you feel me, our true reality always know where we at. Our we always know where we're actually at. That's that Saturn element. So with the moon squaring both of those is learning how to act practical, how to be practical, how to be analytical, how to use the parts and feel comfortable with that. Learning how to do that with the meaning and reason behind why you're doing it, behind why you're doing what you do, and then learning how to be comfortable with how you feel about your dream, no matter how you feel about your dream. Because if you gonna go for it, you gonna go for it, and that's it. That's all. It is really nothing else after that. And if you start adding stuff onto that, that's how you create anxiety. And the more weight of thoughts you have tied to feelings, those thoughts get heavy. Connect with those feelings, they get hard, and anger, depression, jealousy, envy. These are all hard feelings of the heart, in the mind. You feel me? So that Saturn and Moon and the Sun, kind of that. So we utilize the Moon in Sagittarius. We utilize our reason at this time. We are going to utilize our reason to keep us going. Sag be shooting that thing. Like, I'ma hit my target. That's mutable fire. We might have to redirect how we feel about the passion. We might be a little more realistic about it. That's that Saturn and Pisces. More realistic about the dream. We might have to analyze and shift some pieces around. Oh, this not right. That's why Virgo could be a perfectionist. They're always shifting the pieces. I need this to be just right. But with yourself, you realistic. You got feelings, emotions, and thoughts and all that too. Like, treat yourself like you got all these things. Not you are these things, but you got these things to use. Virgo uses things. And this is the season to understand all that you have to use is what you have. All that you have to use is what you have. So that's this T-square right now. It's all that you have to use, you have it. Now, you might need to change how you feel about it. You might need to change how you see it. You might need to change how you're doing it. All the mutable elements, Virgo, Pisces, except for Gemini, which is the mutable intellect, mutable thought. But we not worried about that right now. We're worried about this T-square. Mercury is in Virgo. Mercury is retrograde. So the thought is being sent back. We're still present in reality, dealing with this T-square and all this stuff. We might be a little more reminiscent with Mercury and Virgo retrograde. So we're being more reclusive, we're being more intuitive, we're being more introspective about our analytics. This go hand in hand with the moon, because the moon is squaring Mercury too. The moon is squaring everything that's in Virgo. Well, it will, as it goes through the degrees, it's going to square Mercury. The sun, it already squared the sun, Mercury, and then it's going to square Mars as it's leaving Sagittarius to go into Capricorn. And Mars is going to go into Libra, where our drive, our ambition, our aggression, our desire is going to be focused more on partnerships and partnering up. After we've done gathered our materials, like I said in my video, we trying to figure out who else got Tom's fresh apricot, or Tom's, or just Tom's. We could just start with that, Tom's. That's Virgo Mars transitioning into Mars and Libra. That's what that is. That's like, all right, I got this. Who else got this? Because you got to think, Aries is 1, Libra is 7. 7 is partnership. 7 is separation also. But that's a whole nother thing. So Libra and Aries is the first opposition. Libra is I'm my ambitions, my goals, what I want to do. Libra is our ambitions, our goals, what we going to do together. And that is your T-square analysis from Geronimo.